Spring has well and truly sprung here in the Riverina, which means that the canola fields are out in full force in all their yellow glory. So to make the most of it, my best friend Ellie and I are planning to ride our bikes from Wagga Wagga through the canola over to Coolamon and back. Obviously, every great adventure starts with a coffee, so we began our journey from the Mechanico Espresso and Wine Bar here in Fitzmaurice Street in Wagga Wagga. After fueling some much needed caffeine for the day, we headed up Fitzmaurice Street and we crossed the Murrumbidgee River. The wind did start to pick up, however, we weren't too worried. Once we saw our first canola field, it was all worthwhile. Choosing a bike as our mode of transport meant that we could really slow down and enjoy it and spend the day immersed by a sea of yellow.
This is a well-deserved lunch.
I reckon. I think we're going to sleep as well tonight. There's canola oil in my lunch that I'm eating via the canola oil straight from the source.
Canola oil.
Paddock to plate.
It actually made in Australia.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Canola is one of Australia's largest crops, and if you're ever driving through New South Wales at this time of year, particularly towards the end of winter and early spring, the canola is in full bloom. The paddocks are an endless sea of yellow, and it is a spectacular sight to see. If you are riding through canola farms or driving through them, it's very important to know that they are private property and shouldn't be accessed unless you have permission from the farmer. In the afternoon we rode through Mara, which is a lovely little country village. Heading into Coolamon, we rode through a small section of Kindra Park. They had some nice single track, which was a good change from the wide gravel roads earlier in the day. Also nearby is Kindra State Forest, which has even more bike and walking tracks. Our first stop in Coolamon was to pick up a delicious cheese box from the Coolamon Cheese Co, which was a welcome reward for 60 kilometres of riding into a headwind. We spent the night at Kew Cottage, which was a lovely place to rest our legs, and it had everything we could have ever asked for a night of comfort. There was only one thing left to do, which was to crack open our cheese box, put our feet up and settle in for the night. This brie here is actually brand new to their range, and it is wrapped in canola flowers, which makes it very on brand for our day of riding through canola. We were up nice and bright and early this morning. We wanted to head out at sunrise so that we could get some of the best morning light through the canola. It was much less windy on day 2, and we had clear blue skies, which made for a perfect day of riding. most of my outdoor adventures being overnight hikes and roughing it out in the bush, it was so nice to do something different on bikes and to have somewhere lovely to stay, which added a little bit of luxury into an outdoor adventure. Plus, I really like the idea of going from town to town and being able to resupply. It's definitely a more relaxed way to enjoy the outdoors. So if you're looking for outdoor options in the Riverina, definitely add this trip to your list. We have just arrived back in Wagga after our 60-kilometre ride each way to Coolamon and back. We've had a lovely time riding through the Canola. We've had beautiful spring weather. Today has been a glorious day to be out on the bikes. I think after our great efforts riding, we've deserved ourselves a cold drink and a hot lunch. So we're going to stop at the William Farrer on our way back home to Tumut.